Hello, I'm Dr. Chris, and today is one of my favorite types of talks. These are the types of conversations we have in our office when I'm adjusting people or when I'm hanging out with friends in my living room. And this comes up because I'm in such awe of the human system. And when you combine that awe with some scientific knowledge and years of clinical observation, you get a really deep view of the human health. So let's take a minute and just think about the harmony that has to occur in billions of cells right now, just for you to sit here and breathe and think and see what I'm doing. What has to happen for me to communicate to you, for you to hear me, and then process that information? I mean, scientifically, we think we can explain what is happening in our bodies, but we really don't know how it's done. There is a force, and we say there's a force, there's an energy that gives life to all of this matter and allows us to be conscious. It's the same energy that directs birds to fly in the fall 1,000 miles south and then in the spring to return only to land yards from where they started. It's the same energy that puts fins on fish and lungs on humans. And it's what gave you life from the union of your mom and dad. Yet when it comes to healthcare and wellness, we forget that universal power exists, and we diminish it by putting our faith in a series of pills and lotions and electrical machines. We see everything as tests and stats, and we forget the complex interactions that created you. And I don't just mean what created you, like how you look or the color of your eyes, but I mean your personality, your fears, your joys, your hopes, your dreams. Now, most people understand that they want to say their genetics or their environment created their personality. But from what I've witnessed, I don't believe that who you are is set solely in your genetics or some random external stresses. I would add that your physical body, the health of your body, and how you care for it has influenced your mental experiences. And what I love about that is that gives you control over and the ability to make changes, and that's exciting. So let me create a picture for you first. So first imagine a gland. Right? It's about the size of an almond, and it sits on top of your kidneys, and this is called the adrenal gland. Now the adrenal gland is an organ that produces some very, very important hormones in response to stress. Most people know the one, adrenaline. It's the most known. The next one is DHEA, which is a precursor to estrogen and progesterone. Then there's norepinephrine, cortisol, and so many more. Now, everyone knows that external stimuli like work or relationship or money stress can cause you stress and thus produce this adrenaline. But did you know that there's an entire section of the nervous system dedicated to managing stress and controlling the production of these hormones through the adrenal glands? And behind me, there's a picture of this system called the autonomic nervous system. And if you can't see it fully, what it shows is how your nerves are sending signals to those organs. So that means all those organs are under the direct control of that section of the nervous system. And the major bundle of these nerves are here at the neck. Those are the main branches or main roots. And you may say, well, why is that important? Well, think about how right now you're probably looking down at your phone or maybe a computer, and your neck is in this tensed position. And then remember how many hours a day you're going to stay in that position. And think about how many times you've woken up with tight neck muscles, or how many people have chronic neck pain, or how many people have injured their neck, right? All of these forces, all of this tension puts physical stress on the neck and stimulates those nerves, misaligns the vertebra as well. And that physical tension in the neck are physically stimulating the nerves. So get that, it's not your brain starting a signal and sending it to the organ. It's a wire that's being triggered halfway down and then sending signals to the nerves. And then that goes through to the adrenal glands and produce that adrenaline. So to say it in a different way, your body is controlling your brain and not the way it should be, which is where your brain is telling your body what to do. So here's the thing, you're not stressed, but your body is producing adrenaline. Your life is happy, but your body is still producing hormones as if you were. And this subconscious signal can be very confusing and actually mistaken for other things. For example, you're not stressed, you don't feel anxious or have any reason to be stressed, but yet your heart is beating faster. You're not stressed, but maybe you're lying awake at night. You're not stressed, but maybe your digestive system is in knots. These are the things that this adrenaline will affect. And these symptoms may be mistaken for a problem, like, for example, with your digestive system, when the true cause is actually neck tension. You could be misdiagnosed and be treated for a stomach problem when you have a neck problem. Well, what if this becomes chronic? Chronically sending signals to the adrenals, chronically producing those hormones. Well, those chronic stress hormones will change your personality because every interaction is perceived as dangerous. Every interaction is training you to be wary, to be angry, to be anxious. And every experience is filtered through these aggressive hormones and colors who you are and how you perceive the world. And so you see, what you thought was some simple neck tension is now creating who you are and how you live your life. It's not all negative, though. There's an excitement to this because that gives you control. If you could change the stress on your neck, you can improve the way you perceive the world. You could improve the way you feel when you have an interaction. You could not be so aggressively stressed unknowingly. We see it all the time. I mean, just ask my staff, how many people have walked in as new patients and were kind of angry, kind of aggressive when they first walked in. And when they walked out, they were new and they were smiling. Maybe it's even some of you guys. So if you want to be happier, if you want to experience life through a clear filter and express your true personality, get checked. Release that tension in the neck. This brings the body into a healing state. It aligns the brain-body communication loops, and the result will be signals that are reduced and possibly improve your mood and how you interact with all of your loved ones and how you feel about yourself and how you think about the world. So hopefully the point of this talk was to show you how that physical can actually translate into something emotional. And I hope this gets you thinking about how amazing the body is in just a little bit different way. And you start thinking deeper when you feel these things. And when you're ready, come in, we'll talk, and we'll have more conversations like this. Okay? So happy Friday, and thanks for watching.